In 1956, French prospectors discovered vast reserves of oil in the Sahara. This triggered an oil rush that led to drilling across the desert. Then, they struck something unexpected under the sand: huge quantities of fresh water. It seemed the Sahara had another secret to reveal.
So this is a classic pumped well drilled for irrigating the fields, and the water is actually pretty hot, which means it's coming up from a considerable depth.
The deeper the well, the hotter the water. Water from wells in the Sahara can reach up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Such a high temperature means the pump is drawing water from far enough underground to be warmed by the Earth's internal heat.
So pumps like these can bring up water from 3/4 of a mile underground or even deeper.
With no rain for years at a time, this water must be coming from somewhere. Smith spots another clue.
Actually, when I look at the surroundings of the well, I can see some orangish-red iron staining.
This is hematite, a mineral that is typically found in water that's been underground for a long time. Combined with the temperature, this points to some kind of deep reservoir. Scientists say that, astonishingly, great quantities of water lie under much of the Sahara. The key is in the sandstone. Sandstone is made from layers of sand compacted into rock over millions of years.
So what's really incredible about sandstone like this is just how good it is at holding water. And that's because there's a lot of pore spaces between the sand grains that are actually really big. If I pour some water on this rock, just like would have happened when it rained over the Sahara, it soaks right in.
Scientists now know that every 20,000 years, a wobble in the Earth's orbit shifts the monsoon north, so rain pours down onto the desert.
Much of that rain that fell over the Sahara is now stored underground.
It's called the Nubian Sandstone Aquifer, and like a giant subterranean sponge, it sits below Egypt, Libya, and Sudan.
Though there's nothing but sand and rock on the surface, under the ground beneath my feet is as much water as there is in the Great Lakes.
The presence of a reservoir, even one deep underground, is surprising, given the Sahara's searingly hot temperatures. In 1922, in neighboring Libya, the mercury touched 136 degrees, a record still not beaten. But ironically, the water is protected by the desert itself. Layers of clay encase the sandstone. The clay keeps out the harsh sun. It also acts as a sealant, trapping the water within the rocks and creating pressure. Fault lines in this clay are the source of the desert's famous oases.
So this is a natural spring where water is coming up from the Nubian aquifer under its own pressure. This is actually fossil water. It's been dated to be up to 1 million years old.
This reserve of water is a legacy of the Sahara's lush green past, the remains of its giant lakes and rivers. And this is just one aquifer. Scientists are now using ground-penetrating radar to locate and map other aquifers across the Sahara. They hold the promise of even more fresh water. This new technology offers hope that the desert may once more turn green, reclaimed for agriculture and farming. If all goes to plan, eventually there will be 200 wells here. But drilling could prove a short-term solution.
This is fossil groundwater. It's not being renewed. So eventually, you're going to run out. Water that supported prehistoric occupants in the area and accumulated over 1 million years is potentially going to be gone in less than 100.
Once the underground water dries up, the desert will have to wait another 15,000 years before once more the Earth's wobble turns it green again.